I was sitting in my car outside the grocery store, fingers trembling as I stared at the message I just sent. My stomach dropped. The name at the top of the thread wasn't who I thought it was. I hadn't texted my best friend like I intended. I'd sent the message to my husband, and with one accidental tap, I detonated my entire life. The message was short but devastating. He's starting to get suspicious. I think I need to back off for a while. Last night was risky, but God, worth it. That message was meant for Mila. She was the only one who knew about the affair, the only one I trusted enough to confide in, but in a haze of guilt and panic, I must have mixed up the contacts. Instead of sending it to my best friend, I sent it straight to the man I had just betrayed. The moment it delivered, I panicked. I tried everything, deleted the message, turned off my Wi-Fi. I even considered pulling the battery out, if that was still even possible, but it was already too late. The read receipt popped up seconds later. I drove home in a fog. My hands were numb, lips dry. I could barely breathe. Darren and I met 10 years ago. We were broke grad students sharing a crummy apartment with 3 roommates. Our mattress was on the floor and the fridge had more beer than food, but I was happier than I'd ever been. He made me laugh like no one else. He saw me when I felt invisible. For a long time, we were solid. But after 5 years, life got heavier. Our careers took over. He was building a startup. I was climbing the ranks at a marketing firm. We passed like ships in the night. Brief kisses, unfinished conversations. We stopped looking at each other. Then Nolan came along. He was the lead on a major account I'd landed. Charming, older, dangerous in a way that felt exciting after years of routine. I never meant to cheat. It started as banter, a hand on my arm, drinks after a meeting. Then in a Chicago hotel room, we crossed a line I couldn't uncross. I told myself it was a one-time mistake. That guilt alone would be my punishment. But it didn't stop. The secrecy was intoxicating. So was the attention. Nolan made me feel one again, seen exciting, alive. We met in hotel rooms under fake names, texted on encrypted apps. I created a second life I thought I could manage. I never stopped loving Darren. I told myself that every time I came home and crawled into bed beside him, I was just broken, needy, selfish. When I got home after sending the message, the house was quiet. Darren's car was gone. His phone went straight to voicemail. I paced the living room until sunset, heart pounding at every creak of the floor. He came back around midnight. His face was unreadable. He walked past me without a word, straight to the bedroom, then returned with a suitcase. "Where are you going?" I asked, barely able to speak. He didn't answer. "Darren?" He turned, holding up his phone. "Risky, huh?" he said, his voice eerily calm. "But worth it." I opened my mouth to say something, anything, but nothing came out. I just stood there as he shook his head, grabbed his keys, and left. He didn't even slam the door. The next few days were a blur. He shut me out completely. No texts, no calls. I tried going to his office, but his assistant turned me away. I sent him long, desperate emails. No reply. When I told Mila what had happened, she was furious. "You texted him?" she snapped. "How do you mess that up?" I panicked. I whispered. I thought he'd found something. "Well, now he has." I ended things with Nolan immediately, blocked his number, told him it was over. His response? "We both knew this would end messy. I hope it was worth it." It wasn't. None of it was. 2 weeks of silence passed. Then Darren finally reached out. He wanted to meet at the diner we used to frequent when we first started dating. Neutral ground, I guess. I got there early, my heart hammering. He walked in wearing the old leather jacket he used to wear when we first met. He looked tired, worn down. We sat in silence for a while before he spoke. "I want to hear everything. All of it. No lies." So I told him every detail. The nights, the excuses, the shame. I confessed everything, crying between words, not sparing myself or sugarcoating a thing. When I was done, he didn't yell. He didn't cry. He just nodded slowly. "That's what I thought," he said. "Do you hate me?" I asked. He looked at me for a long time. I don't know what I feel, he finally said, but I know I can't unsee that message. I can't unknow what I know. I begged him to try, to go to therapy, to take time apart, anything but this numb distance. But Darren had already decided. I've been thinking about our past, he said. You were my person. You still are in some twisted way. But I don't think I can live with this version of us. We separated 2 weeks later. The house felt emptier than I ever imagined. I kept setting out 2 coffee mugs in the morning. I caught myself folding his laundry out of habit. I tortured myself with our wedding photos, the ones where we smiled like idiots. Thinking forever would be easy. Sometimes I wonder if that message was my subconscious begging to be caught, like the guilt was slowly killing me, and I didn't have the strength to stop until someone pulled the plug. Months have passed. Darren still hasn't filed for divorce, but we barely speak. He moved in with his brother. I keep myself busy to drown out the silence. I haven't spoken to Nolan since the day I ended it. Occasionally I see someone who looks like him and feel physically sick. I don't expect sympathy. I broke something sacred. And even though I didn't mean for that text to go to Darren, it revealed the truth that was going to surface eventually. The worst part? I still love him. I still dream about that tiny, crappy apartment with a mattress on the floor and all the hope in the world. Maybe that version of us is gone forever. But if I could go back, just to that one moment, that one reckless, stupid second, I'd rewrite everything. Because one wrong text didn't destroy my marriage. I did.